I just had one of the worst days of my life yesterday, and I've learned a lot from that. And I'm going to share with you how you can overcome challenges that are going to hit you, and 2 things that you as an entrepreneur can do to overcome it. Right here on this episode, a very special episode of Agorapreneurs.
Welcome to Agorapreneurs, standing for liberty and freedom, all done peacefully. Now, here is your guide, Terry Brock.
Hi, I'm Terry Brock, your guide here at Agorapreneurs as we talk about how you can adapt to a world that is changing and sometimes going crazy. But as an Agorapreneur, you're an entrepreneur who believes in the Agora lifestyle of freedom and liberty and never initiating force or coercion against another. In other words, don't hurt other people, don't take their stuff. It's real simple, living life voluntarily so that you do it. And I had something happen yesterday, actually Thursday was the day before, 2 days ago, that affected me profoundly, but I'm doing better now, much better, and going to be fine. It was not so as bad now as it was then. And what that was is, well, we did the second shot, the COVID shot, got that, and I got it on Thursday. Things felt fine. I was doing really well, not even much. Matter of fact, the wonderful nurse who shot me, she was there. I felt just a little bit of a pinch there, and then I thought, well, is she going to do that? And she just walked away. I said, well, wait a minute, have you done it? She said, oh yeah, I didn't even feel anything, and that was nice. And then got the information that we needed and the cards and all that. The main thing is so this way we can travel, because Gene and I are getting ready to head down to Mexico for a trip tomorrow, and we want to make sure any papers that are needed or COVIDs and things like that we can say, yeah, we're cool, we're good to go. And we got that, so I did that, but then Friday morning came. Next day, that was yesterday, and I got up and I felt terrible, absolutely terrible. Usually, I'm feeling really good. I thought about on a 1 to 100 scale, how are you feeling? 1, 2 being absolutely terrible. 100 being, you're great, you're feeling marvelous. And for me, I was at a 1 or 2. It was just really bad. I just couldn't move, felt sick, flu-y. And I think that's what they do. They give you the flu so that your body can build up the resistance. We did not study a whole lot of epidemiology when I went to business school. So I'm a little deficient on that area. And I'm going to resort to those who know a whole lot more about that than I do. But I know that I was not feeling good, but I just resolved, okay, I'm going to make it through this somehow. There's that determination that helps, and that is something that we need. That determination that we're going to keep going no matter what, even in the midst, and especially in the midst when you're feeling like, wow, I just got hit in the gut and I hurt. Figure out ways to go step back and use your brain to think, okay, what am I going to do? Now that was tough, by the way, because my brain, my head was hurting, a dull headache that was just persistent. My eyes were running, my nose was running. I thought, gee, this is not good. My eyes can run, my nose can run, but I can't run. I couldn't get out there and do it. But I stayed with it and just gradually did the things that I had heard were important. Get plenty of fluids, doing that, I took a nice long hot shower. That tended to open it up, loosen up my arm a little bit, here, so it feels good. And went through, and later in the evening felt a little bit worse, came up a little bit and then went back down, but then started getting much better later on. And I fell asleep around, I guess about 8 or 9, slept a little bit and then woke up around 11. I thought, what am I going to do? Well, I got up and had a little bit to drink and started feeling incredibly good. So like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, yeah, I know I was up at that time, but feeling really good. My whole point on this is, here's what you got to do, what we all have to do. Make sure that you plan and prepare for these kind of things. They're going to be there. You're going to have days when it's not there. And don't think this danger, it won't happen to me. Those are dangerous words for entrepreneurs. It won't happen to me. Now, it doesn't mean that you live life in fear. No, it just means you're smart. You think, there's this possibility. Hey, it's called insurance. Insurance is one of the most wonderful devices, I think, ever contrived by human beings to say, hey, we don't know what's going to happen. And if this happens, we're going to take care of plans here, knowing that we'll have money for that, or we'll have these systems in place. I think the people who are in insurance and help people to take care of that really do well. Just my own personal life, I've seen some examples recently where insurance was there and unexpectedly someone was taken and was lost, and we're greatly terrified about that, or not terrified, but we were really saddened because of it, and it was bad. And then come to find out there was an insurance policy we didn't know about, and it made some big, profoundly positive difference in the lives of a lot of people. So I'd say that's important. Think about those kind of things, but also not just the physical insurance, the financial insurance, but also what you're going to do if you can't do this, if you can't do that. One of the things, for instance, I noticed for me, I'm going to just be real blatantly honest here with you. I did not have my post that I normally send out Friday at noon Eastern time ready to go. I was going to do it Friday morning. Well, I just could not do it. Yes, I know now. I should have had like 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance ready to go. And that's going to be a goal for me to get that going more. Make sure I get it out there so that then if something like this happens again, I can do it. Well, what I'm doing now is I'm adapting and adjusting. And we're saying, okay, we're going to do this here and make it happen. It's all about hustling. And I particularly like 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson, his book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. I'm reading that right now. Just bought it the other day. I highly recommend that. And get that link, look at it, see what it's like, and you should have a link somewhere in here, my affiliate link, and I'm going to put together a special video on that to talk about here's what I gained from the book and how it can help you. And if you use my affiliate link, it won't cost you any more otherwise through Amazon, then I'll thank you by letting you see that video and get some extra benefits from it as well. So we'll do that. I think that's what we need to do. We plan and prepare, and then here's the second thing, real important for entrepreneurs. Be flexible. Be flexible. I like the way that some have said it. I've heard it before. I'm so flexible, they call me Gumby. And I think Gumby is the idea of people being able to adapt and adjust. Stuff is going to happen. We're going to see that happen in life. And when it does, not if, but when, you want to be able to have your reserves built up. You've planned for it. You've prepared for it. And then when it hits, you're flexible. You move around. I think of Bear Bryant, the famous Alabama football coach from years ago. He would have different plans put together for whatever scenario would be likely to happen. If they do this, or if their quarterback does this, and he would study the other teams and what they've done and their moves and how they did it, and he would have plans for a variety of different options, most of which, of course, did not happen. But he was able to do it when it did happen, and it helped him a lot. I think we can learn from that. If we learn, okay, I'm going to make sure that I take the plans and make sure that I'm going to be able to do it and be able to get those kind of things done that are likely to happen, know what they are, and be able to adjust accordingly. I think what we've got to do is we've got to avoid and even detest stasis, being stuck, and being unable to move and adapt. Having that frozen view is something we have to avoid and really stay away from. That is the key. You've got to be fluid. I love the way Bruce Lee said it when he said, be the water. You think water, how it adapts and adjusts. It can go from frozen, so it's very solid. It can go, of course, to boiling, where it turns into steam, and it moves around. Think of water, and think of it as Bruce Lee talked about it, that we're able to adapt, we're able to adjust and move and be able to do those kind of things. You got to make it your style to constantly be adapting and adopting new things that are there. And what you want to do is keep on learning. Keep learning and immersing yourself into what is new. I got to admit, sometimes it's easy when you get to a certain age to think, oh yeah, well, I did it this way and it worked, that'll work again. Can't do that. That's dangerous. What you got to do is stay fresh. And really what happened back in the good old days, however you're going to define that, really doesn't matter that much. Now we can learn from wisdom of what to do, human nature. Study the ancient Greeks, the Romans, study the literature that's been around for centuries, because it helps us to understand how people think and how human nature is. And we can learn from that and grow. So I'm doing fine now, doing very well. I appreciate the support that you have given so far. And please share this with others. There's probably other entrepreneurs or people that are entrepreneurially minded that you know that can benefit from this. I'll look forward to hearing from you, and let us know how you are adapting and how you are preparing for the future. See you around. Thank you very much for joining us today here on Agorapreneurs. We're all about your freedom, liberty, and being the entrepreneur that you are, reaching out to achieve the goals that you want, whether you're an entrepreneur on your own or maybe operating within another enterprise or organization, whether you're a solopreneur or part of a much larger enterprise. We are here for you to help you get the skills and the technology, the right thinking of mind, right frame of mind, how to increase your connections, building those relationships in business that matter. Don't forget, we've got the 5K program, help you in creating content, no charge to you. You go over and you can look at that at terrybrock.com/5K. Notice the K is lowercase, and you'll be able to get that information, no charge, and you'll also be able to sign up for the newsletter that we send out, the Agorapreneurs Power Report, so you stay right up to date on what's going on. And if you need to reach me, my email is best way to get in touch with me, terry@terrybrock.com. Hey, thanks for being with me today. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.